Hello, Chrissy. Hi, everyone. Welcome to my home. I'm Natasha. If you haven't practiced with me yet this past couple of weeks, this is the fourth session that we've had so far. And it's actually our final session of this specific umbrella of exercises that we put together for you. But we will continue again next week. And this specific session package that we were doing this past 4 weeks, we called it Deepen Your Breath to Calm Your Mind, which I believe we can all use a little bit right now, right? Deeper breaths, calmer minds. And today we will kind of finish this connection that we did of this 4 sessions, and we'll bring the exercises that we've been doing so far, specifically the breath exercises that we've been doing. I'm going to kind of bring them together into one longer breathing exercise. Hi, if you're just joining in, welcome everyone. You can always post your comments in the chat. Once we start moving, I won't really be able to see your comments because once I'm on the mat, I don't want to be, coming back and forth. I want you to move with me and really see well what we're doing. But for today specifically, go ahead and grab a blanket. I think, no, let's do not a blanket, a towel for today. You can also use a blanket. It should be anything that will help you kind of create this. Could be either a towel or I also have a blanket here. So whatever you have nearby. I said a towel because I think that's kind of easier for everyone to just quickly grab, and everybody has a towel handy. It's kind of rather a large towel for me, so I have a little bit more to work with. And let's go ahead and grab one. And then come and meet me on your mat. Hola, Sergio. Hi, Theo. Happy you're joining again. So once you have the towel, then come back to your mat. If you're just joining in, I'm Natasha. I'm coming to you live from Brooklyn, New York City, where we have a beautiful sunny day outside, which really helps to keep the spirits up in the current set of affairs, right? We're still officially on lockdown in New York City, but that's why we go inwards and do the best we can, move and breathe to calm the mind. So hopefully everybody by now has a towel. We're just going to go right ahead onto our mat and get started. So grab the towel and join me on your mat. So I'm going to just show you what I'm going to do with this towel so you can see it well. So I'm going to fold the towel in half, and then from here, I'm going to take the shorter edges of your towel. In this towel, kind of both edges are short, but however you fold your towel, I'm going to now take the shorter edges and I'm going to roll the shorter edges to get towards each other, if that makes sense. So I'm going to make a tight roll with this towel. Yeah, and make it really nice and tall and compact and kind of smooth so there's no crumbling on top of the towel. And then you're going to bring this towel down the mat. And just come and sit on the mat for a second. So I mentioned this is the 4th session of this Deepen Your Breath to Calm Your Mind series that we've been doing together, where we are working together to explore and expand our breath, finishing with beautiful pranayama breathwork exercise. And today we're going to kind of bring together the things that we've been working with. If you haven't been joining us the past 3-4 weeks, that's totally fine. You can do this wherever you are, whatever you practice yoga or not. This is a completely open level practice that everybody in some capacity can join. So once you've rolled your towel, right? Once I've made this roll, I'm going to bring the roll down the mat. And then just look at me for a second. So before you move and come and join me, just look at me so you're going to know where the towel is going to be. So I'm going to plant my feet, bend my knees. I'm going to scoot my tailbone towards my heels. And as I come to lie down on this blanket roll, the blanket roll catches me right on the low tips of my shoulder blades. So if I come up, the blanket roll is right below, right on the low tips of my shoulder blades, yeah? For ladies, this is kind of the bra line. For men, low tips of your shoulder blades. So come and join me here. And then once you get that towel there, interlace your hands behind your head like you're doing a sit-up and gaze towards your knees. And then slowly, so I'm lengthening my tailbone towards my heels, and I'm slowly leaning the back of my skull into my palms, opening the elbows. I'm going to press into my feet. I'm going to slowly slide myself down the blanket roll until my shoulders and back of my head are on the ground. So my back of my skull and my shoulders are fully on the earth. So press into the feet and slide yourself back until your shoulders, arm bones, and back of your head are on the ground. And if you feel like this can give you a lot of sensation, right? It's like a heart opening, a supported heart opener. You're feeling too much sensation, if you're like, oh my God, this is pinching me in my back, this is not comfortable at all, you can unroll your blanket, your towel a little bit, right? So everybody is different. Everybody has a different body, a different towel. So if you feel that your blanket roll is too high, unroll it a little bit and rejoin me here. And keep your hands for a moment interlaced behind your head. I'm going to gently lift the back of my skull and just lengthen the back of my skull away from my tailbone, and then slowly lower the back of your head down. And as you lower the back of your head on the ground, open your arms wide here into cactus or T. And then slowly extend one leg at a time down the mat. And join me here. And as you come down onto your blanket here and extend your legs down the mat, close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, allow the breath to deepen. And slowly travel the breath all the way to your collarbones. So feel how the collarbones widen on the inhale, that upper chest. And they soften on the exhale, the shoulders into the earth. One more inhale into the collarbones here. Exhale the shoulders into the earth. And then travel down to your upper abdominal and ribcage area. And inhale into your wide ribs. Exhale, soften the ribcage into the blanket or towel behind you. Again, inhale into the wide ribs. Exhale into the towel behind you. And then inhale all the way down into your lower belly, all the way down into the belly. Deep grounding exhale, pelvis releases into the ground. One more inhale all the way down into the belly. And a deep exhale. And then just take a moment here and notice if there's any tension that you feel anywhere. So we're trying to release the abdominal area, and we hold a lot of tension in the abdominal belly area, especially in our society. We tend to contract the belly, and then also when we think, strenuous thoughts, nervousness, contract the abdominal area. So see if you can go into the abdominal area all the way right below your bottom ribs, where the abdominal muscles, right, they attach to the ribs here, where also the diaphragm is. See if all the way from right up from your bottom ribs all the way down through the belly, sides of the belly, all the way down into the pelvis and into the rims of the pelvis, down to the pubic bone. Are there any areas where you can exhale a little more and release just a little more? And let's take 3 more breaths here. Letting go. One more inhale here and exhale. And then slowly plant your feet, bend your knees on the ground. You can gently flutter your eyes open, take your time. Now turn onto your right side and you're gonna slowly roll all the way. So I'm gonna reach my right arm up and over me. I'm gonna slowly roll all the way onto my belly now. So now as I roll onto my belly, I'm gonna slide this blanket, I keep saying blanket. I'm gonna slide this towel right underneath my belly button. I'm gonna step my palms underneath my forehead as I lie my belly button on the towel. Yeah. So the abdominal area right in the mid. So the blanket is right above the top hip and bottom rib. If you just had lunch or dinner, depending on where you are in the world, this might be a little uncomfortable and you can skip this part. But otherwise, stack your palms underneath your forehead and allow the blanket roll to press into that abdominal area. So what we're trying to do here, now my psoas has been tight. Psoas is the muscle that connects the low, it connects at the low ribs, but also the front of the spine into your femur bone, into your legs, and it basically contracts the legs when you run, when you walk. It contracts the leg into the chest. And these muscles, when we sit a lot or when we're stressed, tend to be tight. And what the blanket does now, it gently presses through the abdominal region into the top insertion of the psoas. And if you don't feel anything, that's fine. We'll be moving very soon. Okay, we'll take one more inhale here. And exhale. And then slowly release the forehead on the ground. I'm going to slide my palms underneath my shoulders, tuck my toes under. And then inhale, press up onto all fours. Exhale, open your knees slightly wider than your hips. I'm going to bring my big toes together to touch. You send your hips back towards your heels. I'm going to take this blanket roll and I'm going to take the blanket roll right to the tops of my hip points, right? A friend of mine says the hip points are those little bones that show on a good day, right? They're like this little top front of the hip. So slide your blanket roll there, towel roll, and then pull on the sides of the towel roll, like you're pulling the towel roll back, but then reach your sternum forward into the space in between your thighs. And then extend your arms forward. And again, if you have too much pressure here from the blanket roll, you can unroll it a little bit as your forehead releases to the ground. And this is another way to massage the psoas, right? And you should feel a nice wide opening here in the lower back. And take one more full inhale here. And a full exhale. And then slowly on your inhale, come up onto all fours. Now we'll do quite a few things on our knees. So if your knees are sensitive, you can just unroll this blanket roll. I say blanket because in yoga we usually use blankets, but today with Cressy, and I always feel like when I'm teaching these Cressy sessions, I'm closer to the ocean. So that's why I decided to use a towel today for this instead of a blanket. So if your knees again are sensitive, bring a blanket across the mat underneath your knees for a little bit of support. Then walk your hands underneath your shoulder, knees underneath your hips. Just a few cats and cows to open the spine. Let the inhale, flip the tailbone to sky, arching the spine. Let the exhale, drop the tailbone, round the back ribs to sky, crown of the head drop. Inhale, tailbone flips to sky as we slowly arch, shoulders draw back. Exhale, round the spine, back ribs widen to sky. We'll do two more. Full inhale, shoulders draw back, sternum reaches forward. Full exhale. One more full inhale. And a full exhale, round the spine. And then on your inhale, come into neutral spine and walk your hands one handprint in front of you. And keep your toes tucked under as you send your sitting bones back towards your heels, stretching the soles of my feet. And then slowly lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. And keep a little bend to the knees to start, really lifting the sitting bones up and back more. And you can pedal through your feet here, reaching one heel towards the ground, bending the left knee maybe first. And then left heel reaches to the ground, right knee bends. Moving on your own breath. Opening the backs of our calves, knees, hamstrings. Take one more full inhale here and a full exhale. Extend through both legs. Lift your hips up and back. Extend your arms strongly. And inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, lower your knees back to the ground. Send your sitting bones towards your heels. And then slowly roll up. You can walk your hands back underneath your shoulders and roll up to sit on your shins. And then stand on your shins and keep your toes tucked underneath you. Lengthen your tailbone down, picking up those hip points that I spoke about earlier. And this is not a back bend. I'm going to hinge in the knees, right? I'm going to create a straight line from my knee to my shoulder, and I'm going to keep it that way. Take an inhale here. Exhale, hinge back, straight line from my knee to my shoulder until I feel the front of my body engage, right? Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, hinge back. Maybe you feel a little tremble here. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, hinge back, straight spine, tailbone lengthens down. One more, inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, hinge back. Inhale, hinge forward. Now on your exhale, bring weight into your left foot and slowly step your right foot way forward in front of you. You can untuck the back toes, ground into your right heel, reach your fingertips to sky, and then interlace your hands, fingers behind your head, like we did earlier on the ground. Imagine it's a beautiful sunny day outside and you're sunbathing here. So ground into your right heel. And then slowly lean the back of your skull into your palms as you travel the gaze up the wall and allow the front collarbones to really open as you reach your elbows wide. Take an inhale here. Now on your exhale, like you're doing cat and cow, wrap your elbows together and round the back ribs to the wall behind you. Right? That upper spine round. Inhale, elbows open, bend the front knee more. Let the chest, heart lift to sky. Exhale, round the back ribs back, hugging the elbows in. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, open your elbows, bend the front knee, gaze to sky. Exhale, hug your elbows, gaze to the earth as you round. Okay, let's do one more inhale to open the heart. And then on your exhale, release your hands to the ground. On your inhale, send your hips back for a runner stretch. I'm going to keep my back shin on the earth and stretch my right knee any amount. I like to slide my right heel forward. And if that right knee stays bent, that is totally fine. So work with whatever is natural here. I'm reaching the hips back and maybe I work on extending the right knee. Maybe it extends all the way, maybe not all the way. That's totally fine. Draw the toes towards you. Reach your sternum forward. You'll take one more inhale here. Exhale. And then inhale, bend the front knee. On your exhale, step your right foot way back. You're going to spin your left heel behind you as you spin your right heel down, right? I'll spin my left heel to the left as I turn my right heel to the left and plant that whole outer edge of the foot on the ground. And plant your left palm here as well. Then reach your right palm to sky and all the way forward into supported side plank. Ground into your back heel more as you reach your arm up and over you. Take one more inhale, open the side ribs to sky. And then exhale, turn your heart down, planting the palm down. Spin onto the ball of the back foot. Inhale, step into plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin to the earth. Inhale, baby cobra, pull the sternum forward, hug the elbows in. Exhale, press back through all fours, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. You'll take a full inhale here, lift the sitting bones. Full exhale. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower the knees to the ground and send your hips back towards your heels. And then slowly roll up to sit on your heels. And then stand on your shins. That's it. Now lengthen your tailbone down. One straight line, hands on hips. Take an inhale here. Exhale, hinge back at the knees. Inhale, hinges forward. Exhale, hinge back. One more. Inhale to hinge forward. Exhale, hinge back. Maybe you feel a little tremble. Inhale, hinge forward. Now on your exhale, bring weight into your right foot, right knee. Then slowly step your left foot all the way forward. That's it. And untuck the back toes. Ground into your left heel and bend the front knee. Reaching the palms to sky, interlace your hands behind your head like you're sunbathing. Then on the inhale, travel the gaze up the wall in front of you. Open the chest to sky. On your exhale, hug your elbows in, round the back ribs to sky. On your inhale, open the heart towards the ceiling. Bend the front knee, gaze to ceiling. Exhale, round elbows, draw together. So one more time. Inhale to open, front knee bends deeply. Exhale, round, back ribs, draw back. This time, inhale, open the heart, reaching the sternum up to sky. Exhale, fingertips to the ground. Slowly on your inhale, send your hips back into this runner stretch. And my right hip is above my right knee. Flex your left foot and extend the left leg any amount. And maybe that knee stays bent, right? This is totally fine. But maybe you work on extending the leg any amount. Wrapping your left hip crease back and reaching the sternum forward. You'll take one more inhale here and a full exhale. Then inhale, bend the front knee, walk your fingertips forward. Exhale, step your left foot way back. You're gonna spin your left heel to the right as you spin your right heel behind you, coming into supported side plank. Did you see that? I'm spinning my right shin out, spinning my left heel down, reaching your left palm to sky. Ground into the outer edge of your left heel and reach your left arm up and over you. And open this whole side rib cage here. You'll take a full inhale here, and then exhale, turning the heart down, plant the palm down, spinning onto the ball of the back foot. Inhale, step into plank. This time on your exhale, slowly lower one straight line all the way to your belly. Untuck your toes, forehead finds the earth. Press your thighs, so extend your legs strongly. Press the tops of your feet into the ground, so much that the kneecaps lift up the earth. Lengthen your tailbone back, interlacing the fingers behind you. Draw the shoulder blades together on the back, hugging your elbows back, back, back. And then inhale, reach your knuckles back as you lift the heart. And then exhale, shoot back through your feet and lift the feet off the ground as well. Very good. You'll take one more inhale, lift the heart just a little more. Exhale to the ground, hands underneath shoulders. Inhale up onto all fours. Exhale, child's pose. Send your hips back, forehead rests on the ground. Take 2-3 breaths here to soften. Okay, one more inhale here. And then slowly on your exhale, roll up to sit on your shins. Now, you're gonna come off of this blanket. We're gonna stay with this blanket. And just look at me how I'm folding this blanket. So I open the blanket up. I'm gonna fold it in half and then one more time in half. And if your blanket is a different size, or your towel, sorry, fold it so as much as you can so you create this length. It kind of should be a length from your hip to the top of your head. Yeah? Like from my belly button to the top of my head. Yeah? So if you are confused, so this is my open towel. I just fold it in half, and I'm gonna fold it in half one more time, and then one more time to have a long fold. I'm gonna bring this long fold down the mat, and then I'm gonna sit on the floor in front of the blanket. So I'm sitting my sitting bones right on the mat in front of the blanket. I'm gonna scoot my tailbone forward as I slowly bring right? My back onto the blanket. So my whole sacrum is on the ground and my pelvis is on the ground. And then the whole rib cage is supported by my towel. Yeah. And if you have a little bit residual towel at the top of your head, you can even roll it under so you have a little lift underneath the back of your skull. And then let's just take our arms up and over and extend our legs down the mat and give yourself a big stretch, like it's early morning and you're stretching yourself long. Lengthen your tailbone to your heels, stretch yourself long as you inhale. And then on your exhale, widen your arms into T. And then soften the shoulders down as you release your legs. It's like just a supported heart opener now. Our back is being supported in a light heart opener. Should feel subtle opening across the front of the body again, front of the chest. So we've been working with Viloma Pranayama. It's called the 3-part breath. And we've been separating the inhales into 3 parts. And on another occasion, we separated the exhale in 3 parts. And now we're going to bring them together. So close your eyes here. Release into support underneath you. And then take a full inhale. And a full exhale. Third of your inhale into your collarbone. Third of your inhale into your wide ribs. Third of your inhale into your belly. And then exhale, third of the breath out of the belly. Exhale, third of the breath from your rib cage. Exhale, third of your breath from your collarbone. And then take a full inhale and a full exhale. And take 3 more breaths here. We're going to repeat this exercise twice more. It can be a little confusing. I know I'm asking a lot of you. This is actually an advanced pranayama breathing exercise, but especially for those divers that are very connected to your breath, this might feel tangible and accessible, right? So I'm separating the breath in 3 parts. The first part is in the collarbones. The second part, the second inhale is into wide ribs. I'm still in the same inhale. The third part of the inhale is into the belly. And when I exhale, I reverse it. I exhale first from the belly, then from the wide ribs, and then from the collarbone. Yeah, so I'm done, kind of going down and then back up. Yeah. And if you lose your breath or if you're short of breath, just release it and then repeat it on your own time, right? So this shouldn't feel like you're really straining from breath. And you can imagine you're sipping the air like hot tea, that you're very cautiously and gently inhaling and gently exhaling. So let's take a full inhale here and a full long exhale. And then inhale, third of the breath into the collarbone. Inhale, third of the breath into low ribs. Inhale, third of the breath into the belly. Full exhale. Okay, let's take a full inhale here. Full exhale. Now we're going to join the inhale and the exhale. Inhale, third of the breath into the collarbone. Inhale, third of the breath into your low ribs. Inhale, third of the breath into the belly. Exhale, third of the breath from your belly. Exhale, third of your breath from your wide ribs. Exhale, last of your breath from your collarbone. Full inhale. Full exhale. Take 2 more breaths here, just regular breath. And then we'll do one last round, joining the both separated inhales and exhales. Take one more inhale, regular, and soft exhale. Inhale, third of your breath into the collarbones. Inhale, third of your breath into your wide ribs. Inhale, third of the breath into your belly. Exhale, third of the belly. Third from your ribs. Third from your collarbone. Full inhale. Soft exhale. And take 3 more breaths here, just regular inhales and exhales. And then slowly on your own time, you can wiggle your toes and your fingers. Bend your knees, clench your feet. And gently roll all the way to your right side, and you can reach your right arm up and over you and create a pillow with your right arm. And gently pressing your left palm down to press yourself up to seated. Let's find a comfortable seat. We can sit on that blanket roll if you want, towel fold. Find a comfortable seat. And just for a moment, close your eyes as you sit tall. And notice how you feel. Somehow I feel like my chest is larger from this breath work. Maybe I'm just more aware of it. Just notice without any judgment or attachment, noticing and taking ourselves in, like you gaze at the flower and you are not judging the flower, you're just looking at it. And you're like, oh, okay, that's nice. I like that. Okay. And then slowly bringing a prayer to our heart. Let's bow our chin towards the chest. We're bowing the mind towards the heart. That which can be learned, that which can be obtained, bows to that which is ever present. The wisdom, the intuition, the breath within. Okay, namaste. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to slowly walk myself towards the screen so I can see you all better. Lovely to practice with you all. This was great. Please drop any questions or comments that you might have. I know this last exercise was a little bit more complicated, but if you were joining us in the previous sessions, you might have noticed that we really separated, right? We were taking it one step at a time, and today we kind of brought it all together to separate the inhales and the exhales. And this is something you can take in your own, if you have a yoga practice or not. If you have any kind of exercise practice, right? Whether it be running or biking, and maybe when you finish, you just take a moment to sit down and find breaths. And that will calm you and give you just a little bit more peace of mind. Okay, thank you, divers. It was so good to be with you again. If you want to stay in contact with me, you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is at NATASABABICNYC. And my yoga page is NATASABABICYOGA. I hope to see you again. We will be doing this again next Friday. So hopefully I'll see you again next Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. And depending on where you are in the world, I think 8 p.m. in Italy and Europe. If you're on the West Coast, that's 11 a.m. for you. So hopefully you are able to practice, even if you take a short if you weren't able to stay for the whole half an hour, I think everybody can take a little thing, a little bit with them. And then this stream will be on our website, on the Facebook Cressy website, and you can practice it anytime. You can check in and do this half an hour of practice. It's a very nice thing also to do either early in the morning when you wake up or before you go to bed. Kind of in the morning, it feels like you're slowly waking up with the practice, and in the evening is like a slow unwind from the day. So you can alternate whenever you need it or you have time. Okay, thank you everyone. Be well. I'm just checking if there's any more comments on the chat, but I think we kind of covered it all. Hello to all of you around the world. Be well and stay safe, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye.